Hello guys, welcome to Tech with Amrut. So today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic that is about a interview. So I have given recently one interview in a MoEngage company. So there in round one, whatever questions they have discussed, like I picked three important questions which everyone should be aware. That is about a OOPS concept, and they asked me to describe how we can do the calculation, like how we can give an example of calculator class by in order to explain the whole OOPS concept. So basically there are four OOPS concepts in Java. So those are, one is inheritance, second one is polymorphism, abstraction and encapsulation. So all are aware, like inheritance is basically inheriting a property from one class to another class. That is called as inheritance. In that we have a single level, multi-level and hierarchical level and multiple inheritance, and also the hybrid inheritance. And polymorphism is basically object is showing different behavior at different stages of its life cycle. So that is called as a polymorphism. And in that we have a method overloading and method overriding, which is like a compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. For compile time polymorphism, the example is method overloading, and runtime polymorphism, which is for that example is method overriding. So here basically, and that also we will discuss in while how it will be like an object behave differently in different situation. So that we are going to discuss. And also like abstraction, basically process or mechanism where we are hiding the complexity and showing the only required functionality to the end user. So that is abstraction. And also we are going to see how encapsulation will be involved in this calculator example. So that is encapsulation is basically defining any variable as private and restricting the direct access outside the class, and providing the access outside the class by using a public access specifier, that is getters and setters. So that all the things we are going to discuss in the with calculator example. So for basically for calculator example, I just took a skeleton that calculator base class I need to create, which is used to getters and setters, and there we are mentioning it as a private, and where we can see that example of encapsulation. And calculator operation, so which is the interface, 100% abstraction, 100% abstraction here. Okay guys. And abstraction calculator operation, so where we are basically extending that calculator base and implements that calculator interface, calculator operation interface, and don't provide the, here we don't provide that whatever calculator operation method we have, interface method, there we are not going any implementation in the abstract calculator operation class. So addition and subtraction classes we are going to create, which is again that multi-level inheritance. Basically like we are inheriting this abstract calculator here, abstract calculator operation, so which is again inheriting that calculator base. So this is basically called as a multi-level inheritance, means child class inheriting property from parent class, and then parent class is inheriting a property from its parent class. So that is called as a, here it is basically single level inheritance for the abstract calculator operation, extends the calculator base class. Okay. And multi-level inheritance is basically like this class inheriting the abstract addition and subtraction are inheriting the abstract calculator operation, and then that is again inheriting the calculator base class. In addition, again that addition and subtraction are inheriting single abstract calculator operation, which is called as a hierarchical inheritance. So that are the, these are the like basically all the different kind of inheritance we have seen. And also in main class we are basically creating those abstraction and polymorphism, how it will go, how it is going to happen, that we are going to see. So let's start guys. So I will just quickly create a, I already created this calculator operation. So inside that I will create a method with a data type, which is return type as a calculate. Okay. So this method I am creating, and abstract class inside I will create this calculator base first. So I am defining a private key as a, like which one I can take as numbers. Okay, list of double I basically took because when we are calculating the number can be decimal as well, so I am taking a double numbers. Okay. And here I am going to write a getters and setters public access specifier, list of double and get numbers, return numbers, public void set numbers, list of numbers, this dot number is equal to numbers. Okay, I have created this class calculator base which tells the encapsulation definition, that is wrapping the data and method together and restricting the direct access to the data and providing the indirect access by getters and setters, public access specifiers. So that we have done, and now we are going to create the abstract calculator. So where basically inside this we have a fine, this is showing some error, we will fix it. So inside this abstract calculator operation, this is a basic abstract class. Okay guys, and here we are going to create one validate and get numbers. So this class is basically doing the validating that whatever number we are checking, right, whether it is a not null or not. So whether it is a null or empty, we are checking that one inside this. Okay, numbers is equal to, so from get numbers we'll get the number as we are extending the calculator base. So if you guys like, if we are not defining this abstract class, means abstract calculator operation as abstract class, then we need to implement this, whatever the method we have created inside this interface, we need to implement inside this class only. So this class will become a implementation class. So in order to avoid that one, we are just provided the abstract. If we are removing this one, so it will throw the error and it will tell ki like, so you need to implement the method, whatever it is there. So you need to implement this method. Okay, we are not going to implement that one. So we are going to implement in our next addition class and subtraction class. So I'm just making this class as abstract. So it will have the abstract method which need to be implemented by the implementation class. So that is addition class and subtraction class. So now I'm going to create one condition. So in order to check, make sure numbers is not empty, so it should have some value, or else or it should not. If it is a null, if it is equal to null, then we should throw some error. So that error we are throwing here, throw new illegal statement state exception. There we are telling ki like, please provide proper number. Okay, so this we are throwing. If not, then in that case we are simply returning the numbers. Okay, so this is what we have created, this validate and get numbers. So this is just to get the numbers by validating that if it is a not null and not empty, then it will throw the error. If not, that will returns the numbers, means list of double it will return. So now next will be addition class. So where we need to implement now, as this is not the abstract class, then we need to implement. See, if I'm making this as abstract now, it won't ask me to implement that class method which is there in the interface. So now if I hover on this, I need to implement this method. So what I will do, I will again create this list of double, okay, and numbers is equal to, so here I am using the method which is present inside this abstract calculator, that is validate and get number. So once we will get the number, I will iterate through it by numbers. Okay guys, now next what I will do, I will just need to take one variable double sum. So I will need to do the sum here, sum plus is equal to number. Okay guys, then after this I will return the sum. So this is the calculate method inside the additional class. So same calculate method we will create inside the subtraction class. I will make it as sub number minus sum. Okay, so this is done. So we have created the first calculator interface, and post that we have created the calculator base class where we are using the getters and setters, and then abstract calculator operation where we are validating that number. Okay guys, and post that what we are doing, we are using those same method inside the additional class and subtraction class. So this till this it is done. Now we need to go to the main class where we need to implement the actual code. Okay, So this is like a for a end user perspective. End user will see this only. So now once we'll get the numbers, okay, so what we need to do, we need to do the calculation by using additional class and subtraction class. So I will create one more method here, one more like a method I need to create basically. So that I will create. Prior to that, I will just show you how we can do the additional and subtraction by without creating that method. So first I will write, take the constructor, sorry, interface calculator operation is equal to new. Then this operation we are using new additional class, okay, operation is equal to new subtraction class. So this we are using, and post that so we have just created the interface reference, and that object we have created for that, not object, like a reference we have created, and from that we are just taking this object of additional class, okay, and post that what I will do. So this is a reference variable and this is object, and we have created a same object for both, and we are reutilizing that one. And post that I need to set the number here. First I need to set the number. How I can set the number? It is in a calculator base class, and that method is extended by the abstract calculator operation. Here we are implemented this one, so I need to just go from that this additional class to I need to go to the abstraction calculator, okay. So I will abstraction calculator operation, abstraction calculator operation is equal to abstraction calculator operation of operations. And from here, once we get that abstract calculation operation object, from that object we can have the set number, and here we need to set the numbers, and then post that we can simply print this by get operation, not operation, get numbers. So once we are setting that number, and post that we need to get the number. So not get, we need to do the calculate, okay. So same thing we can perform for this also. Let us see by running this. See guys, we first got the 105 for the addition, 25 25 55, then it will be 105, 25 minus 25, 55 as 0, and then 55 will be our answer. So if you want to simplify this method, then you can create one more method, public static void set input. So in order to set the input, we are creating this one, and the reference variable for the calculator operations, then we need to pass the list of double, that is the numbers, okay. We need to pass this number, and post that what we need to do, same abstract calculator operation, this we can copy as it is. So here we are using the operations, and post that what we can do, we need to set this value here. So in order to repeatedly create this same object and all, so we can avoid that one, okay. Or else you can use the same method, no need to create two times, okay. So without this I will run one more time. Okay, one more time we need to create that one, that is 90 degree. So what I will do, I will simply create this in set input method. So in that case, instead of creating two times this object and all, so what I can do is I will call this set input, where we are actually setting the number. Okay, that we can do with the help of this method. So instead of writing these all the things, I will write set input should call actually set input, and here inside that we are passing this operations comma numbers. Same thing we can pass it here also, and once we have this, we can simply get this by operation.calculator. See guys, so this is the one of the easiest way of explaining the with a calculator example and explain the all the OOPS concept. So this is how you can do. First, if I can explain one more time, first you need to create the interface, then post that with the calculate method, abstract method, because by default it will be abstract, no need to mention anything. And then abstract calculator base class, where we are making a variable as a private, and then you can get the value and set the value, and then abstract calculator operation. So where we are just validating that number, whatever we are having, that validate the number and get the number. And post that we have created the additional and subtraction method class. Like that you can create the multiple, like division or multiplication and all you can create. And post that in main class we are creating this, we are passing the list of numbers, array list as list, and then we are calculating that by using creating the operation, calculator operation. This reference variable we are creating, and for that reference we are assigning the object of this additional class. So we have given the actual implementation for that. And if you call this operations dot calculate, actually it will calculate from the additional class, but it is pointing to the interface, but the whatever the implementation we have given inside the additional class, that will get calculated. Same thing happened for the subtraction class as well. Okay, so this is the example for the calculator and explaining the OOPS concept, how the polymorphism will work. So you have created the operation one time, and you are that object, whatever it is there, same object is behaving differently in different stages of life cycle. So additional class it is behaving differently, and in subtraction class it is behaving differently. So abstraction is basically what we are passing, we are just passing the number, and additional class and subtraction class will take care of those method. We are not showcasing anything to the user, how complexity, like how the additional class may addition we are doing, how subtraction class subtraction we are doing, we are not showing anything. We are just creating the object of that class and then passing that inputs, and then we are just calculating it. So this is how it will work. So this is simple way. And the one more example they have discussed is the DSA question. So I will just showcase this. So they have told you, like we have an array, object of array, there we are having these numbers, and also you can just consider it as like we have a character also, we have a string also, all are string, but I am just making it as character, so we can see that example as well. Okay, so how we can get the output of 1 2 3 4 5, even though there are any duplicate values are there, we need to avoid that one, and we need to have the only these numbers from the string, character or number. We need to differentiate those things, and we need to get this only numbers without duplication. Okay, so first I will create one list of object, basically list of object I will create, those are numbers, and we have these numbers. So I will make it as arrays dot as list. Suppose that I will do, I will create one more array. Instead of this I will create one set. Okay, set of I will make it as integer, as we want to file an output as integer output. So we need to avoid the duplicates. Then I am going with a HashSet. and here I will just iterate this number or take it as object numbers. Okay, then I will check if this number is boolean or if this number is number or a character. That thing I will check, and post that I will add those to the set. If this object is instance of number means integer, then I will simply add this output dot add the object, and then else if object is instance of string, then I will treat this output. First I will create a one string yes is equal to string of object, and just convert like typecasting this from like higher like bigger class to smaller class. So that one I'm doing typecasting, and this is explicit typecasting. So where we are converting the superclass object to subclass object subclass type. Okay, and while adding output dot add and integer dot parseInt, and here I will pass the string, and if this is a character, then object instance of character, then char c is equal to character of this object. Here also I am doing the typecasting. So while adding it to output dot add, what I will do, I will just character dot get number of get numeric value, I guess numeric value from the C. Once we will get this, I will print the set. Line number 28. So it is telling object cannot be converted to integer. Cannot find the symbol. Line number 26. We have created the output. Okay, fine. And what else? 15 number. Okay, we can't. We need to make it as integer, right? See guys, so that is a small mistake like I have done. So I need to directly we can't add the object to this, because the output type of this output is of set of integer. So I need to convert that to object to integer. So I converted, and after that when I add it, I got the proper output. So this object and instance of will check the what is the data type of that whatever iteration we have done, right? For that object, what is the data type? So that will check. Based on that data type, it will add the values, okay, to the set. So this is how we can do the proper iterating through each and every array, and then we need to check the data type. Based on data type, we can convert and we can add. And also here the set will check the duplicate by itself, and it will avoid the duplicates, and it will only add the which values are not repeating, so not duplicate, only it will add. So this is about one example. Okay, so one more we have, I have been asked one more is, here we have a, it is also similar kind of a question only. So here we have a character and then true and true or false. Here it can be true or false. Okay, false can be like anything. And here we have a one string. So what should be the output? C will is list of that will take only the data type. It will only accept the data type, not the string. Okay, so this is also related to data type only. So here we need to get the output as 1 2 3 true, and here it should be false. Okay, it can be true like this. So this should be the output. So let us take this also and let us check how we can resolve this. So similar fashion we can resolve this issue also, solve this problem also. So I'll just copy this, and I have created the one list of object, and inside array list as list I am creating this list, and post that I need to have one more list as a output. I'm just creating one more list of and then we are passing this. I'll make it as str strings, correct? First we will check the if this integer is of type, if it is of type integer, or if it is of type instance of boolean. This is also data type. So what I will do in that case, I will just add the output dot add, and I will add that to this object. Okay, as our list is of object, so it is fine, anything we can add, and post that we can check else if it is a of string. Okay, in this string only we will have the multiple conditions, so that we are going to check now. So guys, like here we need to add one more condition, that s dot matches. So this is a basically a method inside the string, so which will match the proper if it is matching with the regex or not. So in case of here, instead of writing a regex, I will mention d double d plus. So what this will do basically, so this is basically used to identify the next digit. So if we have the number as for example 1 2 3 we have, and this will be check, this will check if we are writing only digit, then it will check until only one digit it will check. So if you want to check the one or more digits, so then it will check 1 2 3 like so on. If it is a, it will check if we are adding the plus, and if we are not adding the plus, it will check until first digit itself, and it will match if it is a digit or not. So if we have the 1a, then it will throw the false, and if it is a only like digits and all, only digits, then it will throw the true. So this is what it will just check the whether it is matching with the regex or not. So that is what it will, matches will do, and if it matches, then it will throw the true. If it doesn't matches, then it will throw the false. So it will not go inside this loop. So here if it matches with a digit, if it is a digit, then that string will get added to the, it will get added to this output. And if not, what will be the next condition? Here we have checked the integer, and we have checked the boolean, and we need to check the string. Okay, and we need to check the character. So instead of this, what I can say is I'll just mark it as string now, as of now. Okay, later for character we'll see, and this should be considered as character on string only. It will not be considered as character. List of characters. Okay, that is string. Now what I will do, I will check for one more condition, that is else if I will check if s dot equals ignore case. If it is matching with a true, then also I want to add it to our output. Then I will check again for false condition, s dot equals ignore case. In that case also I will check if it is a true or false. If it is false, then also I will add it to our output. So by this way we can add and validate all the data types apart from the string. I don't want a string, I want an integer and boolean, and if it is a string, inside that it should be only integer or character or a boolean. So that I need to check. So that all the condition I verified. Now if I run this code, let me see. So it is telling true. True is not a variable. Okay guys, like it should not be true, it will be data type, right? So we need to make it as small. So see guys, so it has took those all the values, and instead of this we can also make use of true, and if it is false we can add a false here. So if you print, so all the data types will be printed and numbers will be printed. So this is the one more DSA which has been asked in the MoEngage first round interview. So next whatever updates will come, so I will share with you guys, and whatever the questions and like if questions are important, if I feel like that need to be posted, so I will post this all the things in my channel. So keep watching guys and keep learning and do subscribe. Thank you guys.